Hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady, and I hope you have absolutely amazing day. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create 3 super cool and gorgeous thank you cards. I really hope you like them and feel inspired to craft along with me. For today's project, I'm going to use 3 design papers from My Dearest Jane collection from Relatively Thoughtful. If you're interested in this one, I leave the link in the description down below. To create my card base, I use SVG file from Creative Fabrica, and it was designed by Gentleman Crafter. I left the link in the description down below. So as you can see here, we've got some scoring lines and also cut lines, which makes our card base very easy to create. All you have to do is to use your bone folder or scoring tool, and that will be perfectly fine. Here I use 300 GSM white multi-purpose card for the base because I really want it to be very strong and actually hold all the papers I'm going to cut later on. What's really good about this SVG file, it comes with mats and layers, which means you can use any design paper that you want. And that's why I decided to use those 3 beautiful and gorgeous patterns from My Dearest Jane collection. If you like this style of cards, you can also use any circle cutter to create your own if you don't have ScanNCut or Cricut machine. If you'd like to know how to create a rocking card with no cutting dice, check the link at the top right corner. So here I've got some mats to create for my card base, and I decided to add a little bit of color. In this case, I'm going to use blue alcohol marker and I'm going to color in all the edges. Super quick and simple. You don't always have to color in all those elements or use colored card. You can always save some time and money by just using white card. And if you want to make it even professionally finished, you can color in the edges as well. So here for the first card, as you can see, I decided to go with some beautiful blues and flowers. And I think this color palette works so well. If you haven't heard, July for me is a gratitude month. That's why today I'm going to create 3 thank you cards. And later on, I'm also going to put the name of the recipient. So what I can do, I can go to Canva and actually choose a font that I really like, write the names of the recipients, print them, and then cut them to the size and put them on the cards. And that's exactly what I did later on, but you can't really see it in the video. So actually, Canva is also amazing for creating personalized projects. Now it is time to add a little bit of ribbon, and it's always a good idea to add it with a red liner tape, just to make sure all the elements will be adhered forever. It's always a good idea to add some liquid glue. So as you can see, this card comes together very quickly. All you have to really think about is what design paper you want to choose. And this is always my biggest struggle, because very often I like to play with the colors. And yes, for the first one, the blue is my favorite so far. So, when these elements are ready, you can use any cutting die from your stash that will say thank you, or to be honest, any other sentiment that you would like. So, here is the thank you. I die cut using Crafter's Companion cutting die that I got a few years ago, and I absolutely love it. I use it so very often. And when this is ready, all we have to do is to embellish the cut a little bit more. So when I look at the ribbon in the middle, I think it is missing a bow. So obviously I created it off camera and I'm going to put it on the card. So it is beautiful, but when you use liquid glue, I do encourage you to put a drop, maybe 2 drops, and then put something flat and heavy. Yeah, the scissors here didn't really work, so I took a acrylic block and I put it here. I thought that would be the best choice. Now, it will be time to embellish the card even more, so I use Daisy Blossoms PS collection from Creative Expressions. I absolutely love this die set, and I have to admit that at the moment it is my favorite. I created so many flowers recently, and I absolutely love them. I think they will be even perfect to add them on First Communion cards. So stay tuned for all those videos next year. So, Here I decided to use 3 flowers, and I'm going to place them at the bottom of my card, which means under the ribbon I still have a place to put the name of the recipient. Clever, right? So you can always personalize your projects later, and I do encourage you to use that technique. When I die cut the leaves, I use 2 layers of card, so I saved some time and they die cut beautifully. So again, I'm going to assemble them using my one and only liquid glue. Have you ever created a rocking card? If you haven't, I know that Crafters Companion has really nice bases that you can get on the website. So if it's still available, I will leave the link in the description down below. But if you do have ScanNCut or Cricut machines, I do encourage you to check that SVG file from Gentleman Crafter on Creative Fabrica. I really like this style, and what's really good about any SVG file, you can make it as big or as small as you want. And when I was creating this die here, actually the card, inside you actually saw some steps. So that would be a very nice pop-up element in some square cards. Now it is time to add some petals in the middle of the flowers. And I always remove that adhesive because I think that liquid adhesive from my magic glue would be much better. So, when this is ready, the card will be completed. And I have to admit that there is plenty of space to write your message inside, and the card rocks beautifully. What do you think about card number 1? Do you like the color combo? So, if you like that My Dearest Jane collection, please check the link in the description down below. For the second card, I use exactly the same base using SVG file. So you know how to create it. So I'll take that time and I will tell you about Relatively Thoughtful. I'm not sure if you heard about RT Create, Make and Share Facebook group, which has amazing projects and ideas for you to try. So if you have any of Relatively Thoughtful design papers, please check that page because all amazing crafters share their beautiful work, and I have to admit their amazing projects are simply gorgeous. And obviously, Relatively Thoughtful has quite a lot of beautiful design papers and collections at the moment. So please join our RT Create, Make and Share Facebook group. Also, in the description down below, I left the link to Relatively Thoughtful website, YouTube channel, Instagram, Craft World, and Facebook group. Now here I decided to use Distress Oxide Ink in tea dye color to add the color on all the edges. So again, you don't really need that colored card to create your mats and layers. All you have to do is to use white card and then use color medium of your choice to apply the color. Super simple. I have to admit that all those 3 cards all together took me about an hour, which is super quick to create 3 cards. And I absolutely love how they look like. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to make some more in that style later on. So here I decided to go with orange. That's why I've got that light brown on the mats and layers. And I think that really works. But if you want to give it a little bit more contrast, you can always use a darker brown. And that will be perfectly fine. And I do think that beautiful My Dearest Jane collection has that retro vintage style, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And I think those design papers would be perfect for a wallpaper in my room. I know, they're just simply gorgeous. So, it is time to add some red liner tape on the ribbon. If you do have a better trick how to adhere the ribbon to your project, I would really like to know. So please share it in the comments down below. I always burnish my red liner tape with a pokey tool because I think that's what makes that red liner tape even stronger. So when I'm ready, I'm going to put all my mats and layers on the card base and then embellish the sides. And at this point, I thought maybe to add some flowers on the sides at the top, but again, I decided to use those beautiful flowers from Creative Expressions, daisy blossoms at the bottom. But you can use whatever is in your stash. Trust me, the possibilities are endless when it comes to card making. Here I use solid gold Centura pearl from Crafters Companion to die cut that thank you sentiment. And to be honest, it is one of my favorite cardstock, especially for sentiments, because they have beautiful shine and I think it really gives you that elegance at the same time. So now it is time to add some more embellishments, and this time the bow will go on the left hand side. And again, using that acrylic block really makes a difference, especially when you use liquid glue. So here are my daisy blossoms, and I have to admit, I absolutely love them. Some of them I die cut with just 300 GSM white card, but some of them I die cut from Centura Hell, and it's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And I think those flowers will go very well for wedding invitations or wedding cards as well. If you think about other occasions those flowers would go with, please let me know in the comments down below. So again, it is time to add some leaves and the petals inside of the flowers. And I think that would really makes a difference and finishes off that project. So what do you think about this brown and orange color palette for the second thank you card? Do you like it or would you change anything? And to be honest, I think that green gives enough contrast to make this card even more special. So again, I do have some space between the ribbon and the flowers where I put the name of the recipient later on. And again, I'm going to get rid of the adhesive at the bottom of my pearls and put a drop of liquid glue. And then my card will be professionally finished. And that's what I like about them. And these cards will go in 6 by 6 inches envelope, and they are flat when you fold them, which is also a bonus. So, the cut is finished, and again, there is plenty of space to write your message. And what I really like about this style, they really rock beautifully. So, when this is ready, it will be time for the third card. And I chose a different color palette for number 3. So again, I've got that cut base, and as I told you, with any SVG file, you can make it as big or as small as you want. So if you have bigger mats, like 12 by 24 inches, that cut can be massive. So you can always experiment and explore your tools and use beautiful design papers from your stash. And as you can see here, for those cuts, you don't really need that much cardstock. So you can always use some scraps as well, and that will work perfectly fine. So using my bond folder, I just have to burnish all those core lines and make sure everything is nice and neat. So now it is time to create some mats and layers. So again, I've got those bigger panels and I'm going to apply a color using my scrap piece of paper. Here, I decided to use alcohol marker, because why not? You can use anything from your stash to apply the color on your project. And that will make it very special because we don't always have the matching color in all the alcohol markers, but you might have some pencils or watercolor markers, and that will be perfectly fine. Because to be honest, I don't really have every single distress oxide ink. Maybe one day, but to be honest, I don't really think I need them because whenever you blend them, you get beautiful colors anyway. So, coming back here. As you can see with that Illustrator marker from Spectrum Noir, I'm running out of ink, but even then I still have the border I can use for my elements. So here I've got that off-white design paper with amazing flowers. And using that Kitsch Flamingo Distress Oxide Ink, I'm going to apply the color on all the edges of my mats and layers. And yes, that will finish off those beautiful designs on the card. And again, I'm going to use my one and only liquid glue, magic glue, to assemble all those elements together. Because you do have time to maneuver them if you make a mistake. So, how many thank you cards have you created this year? I'm really curious, and if you do have your favorite style that you really like to create, for thank you cards. I would really like to see them. So you can always leave a link to your project in the description down below. Actually, in the comments down below. And I would really appreciate it. So again, it is time to add a little bit of ribbon just to make it even more special. And again, I'm going to use my red liner tape. And it's always a good idea to burnish it on the back. And if you don't have this one, you can use any double-sided tape and it will be perfectly fine. You can also use liquid glue, but I think with ribbon it moves so quickly. That's why red liner tape is my go-to. Now, when these elements are assembled, it will be time to complete the card the same way as I created all the other cards. So I need a thank you sentiment, also the bow for the ribbon, and those amazing flowers and pearls. I really like them, so I thought, why not? Let's create 3 projects at one go. If you know me, you know how much I really like to do it because you do save some time because you already have amazing design in your head. All you have to do is to choose different design papers to embellish your projects. And then when they are ready, they look really nice side by side. And with those color palettes, then you can think about the recipient who would really like to get this card because very often not every single person likes pink, blue, or orange. So decisions. Now it is time to put the flowers, and here I actually use that Centura Pearl amazing card. And when these flowers are ready, again I'm going to add some leaves and pearls, and the cut will be complete. So please let me know what do you think about those rocking cards. Would you like to give them a go? If you don't, you can always use some circle nesting dice to create your rocking cards, and that'll be perfectly fine. So now I'm going to show you 3 side by side. So which one is your favorite? What's your favorite color palette in those 3 thank you cards? I'm really curious about your choice. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I really hope you'll click that notification bell because every Monday and Thursday I've got videos on my channel. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting!